Hey everyone, it's been a while. Had all sorts happening this month. Had a severe amount of tooth pain at one point, and I decided since I have fasting coming up on the 28th and the 3rd of March, the best thing to do would be to just ride it out, experience what it's like for regular uh, diet levels of dealing with pain. And it was not fun. I'll honestly tell you that. That was something that I thought I'd test out a bunch of different things that have helped in the past, test their effectiveness. The trouble was, it was like a wisdom tooth in the top corner. Still had a bit of my gum over the top of it, and as this piece had finally protruded through, it split the gum and also put a lot of pressure as the tooth had come through on the tooth, pushing it into all of these teeth and causing a lot of pressure all the way down. Lots of different random pains in between different teeth that were getting the pressure at different times. So no matter what I tried, there was no dealing with the pain. I tried cannabis. Doesn't really touch the pain, but makes you feel more comfortable with it being there. More comfortable with the situation you're in, dealing with pain. But I didn't use any painkillers like over the counter or like no paracetamols. Or I did think that if it got really bad, like really unbearable, I could try ibuprofen, but I try not to even use those. Go for the more natural. I would have probably tried fasting before trying either of those. Yeah, this has been feels like about a month since I've posted any proper videos. I don't quite feel ready to go back into long videos just yet. I think try my best to re-stabilize where the channel is heading because there was a lot of chaos last month where I was scrapped a load of ideas that I had because it's not really what this channel is about, even though the information is good. I think everybody's at different levels when it comes to recognizing the level of scripted reality that we're in. And it's sometimes good to come back down to earth and remember that not everyone sees things in the same way I see them. I've had that recently, been spending more time focusing on family, just watching programs with my mum on Amazon, the 100, and watching old wrestling and even some of the new wrestling in that's appeared on Netflix with my partner. And she was into it when she was younger and wants to see some of it again now. We've been getting in touch with what I've seen other people doing, or I've had a flick through on Facebook. I see a lot of people are reliving their childhood, going through all of the old wrestling things and main events, pay per views that have come up for free now on Netflix. And I have to admit, the episodes that we've seen of the new series, the wrestlers all seem to be displaying a lot of skill. They're doing very well. It seems very entertaining the way that they've set the matches up. Seems like it's fixed a lot of problems that were there in the past. I've been finding it quite interesting seeing the different levels of what they do to capture people's imagination, to keep the storylines exciting. It's interesting the way they do the show. There's always a heel in wrestling, always a bad guy. Sometimes there's a good guy, sometimes they'll just put heel against heel. You have a battle of the bad guys. You see which one wins outright. But that is quite interesting that you have the hero and the heel. It's back to the balance, the head and the feet. It's the two opposing ends that are need balance. But yeah, the interesting side of it as well is remembering when I was younger and all of the different parts of the show that felt real. And I was always of the impression that it was scripted. It was people reading lines, more or less. All of the matches were set up, and the referees are in on it. All of it's a fix in a way. It's a show that you're watching. But I always used to argue with people about what level of real, because people were always talking about how fake it was, and I'd be watching Cactus Jack versus Triple H, and Cactus Jack comes out with thumbtacks sticking out of his face, and I'm like, no, the things they do to each other, it's like real dangers. It's real in terms of things that can go wrong. It's real in terms of what they're putting their bodies through for us, for our entertainment. There's a difference between something being scripted and something being fake. Like if it was a fake altogether, could be CGI, not real people. To be scripted could be live action role play. But you get different levels to what keeps people entertained in a scripted reality. So say in wrestling you've got different wrestlers that come out. People have their favorites. They'll have wrestlers they like and wrestlers they can't stand, the heroes and heels. And then you've got the commentators. They supply the narrative. And the narrative is two different opposing views, usually, to keep it polarized. Got one extreme and the other. One person will back one person, one wrestler fighting in the ring, the other will back the other wrestler fighting in the ring. Even if you don't like either of the wrestlers that are in the ring having the match, you can enjoy watching them beat the hell out of each other while the commentators talk about the basically just roast them for the duration of the match. There's plenty of enjoyment through the polarity. It's always one side or the other. Like you pick your favorite, and all of a sudden, your favorite from this area goes against your favorite from this area. And then you got to pick your favorite between your two favorites. So it's a lot of interest in physics and dynamics to the way that the entertainment world works. I've been enjoying just taking some time to sit back and observe. So pretty much just allowed myself to sink into a place of not acting upon things, try and completely absolve all expectations, try and completely strip everything down to its bare basics, and try and feel a way forward for a sign that I'm doing the right thing, to really figure out what kind of structure I need to be able to keep things together. Not been doing the breathing either, so yeah, been falling behind on that. But it's coming up to March. It's coming up to the spring equinox, and I will be using that as the start of my year. And I'll start doing it again. Oh, that's my steamed sweet potato. Getting ready for fasting next week. Just enjoying a range of different foods at the moment. Yeah, the spring equinox should be the perfect time to start doing the Wim Hof breathing exercises again. And I'll try and do a full year going from the start of Aries to the start of Aries. It's the easiest way at this point. I dropped off, not done it for about a month. I've allowed myself to just slip down to how things go when you run on automatic. So being observant of things, but being aware of things, but allowing the um, motions to happen from when you allow yourself to slide back into sleep. It's almost like keeping yourself awake when your alarm goes off in the morning and you start sliding back to sleep, but you jiggle your foot or something to keep yourself awake and active through it, to observe it. You can observe the feeling that way. And I feel that it's just turned the 26th. So this is the day in which Mars comes out of retrograde. Mars slipped from retrograde in Leo and came back to Cancer. So it's moving forward again. I haven't actually felt that. That was something I presumed I would feel today. But I don't think I've got the same sensitivity as I had a month ago. I've been eating a lot of food recently that has chili peppers. I've been making like Thai food replicas. We're using chili peppers in all sorts of things, like even sweet and sour sauce and tofu and pasta that I made yesterday. So I've gotten a really big tolerance to it now. I can have a chili pepper in there, not really feel the spice. At the end of the last fast I done, I accidentally got a bit on the end of my lip and it burned for a good half an hour. So I reckon that my sensitivity has dropped. I've definitely noticed it in the way that I view things. Things feel like they're in more survival mode than creative mode. Things pull you down to a place where it feels like your views turn more what you would call realistic, instead of head in the clouds, your feet on the ground. So it's been interesting. Been watching things like The 100, which is like a survival program where 100 kids basically were sent down to a planet, or sent down to planet Earth from a spaceship to see if it was inhabitable yet, because there was a radiation problem. And it's, yeah, full of crazy stuff that happens, but mainly it's the survival aspects. And it's one of those that always gives you these ultimatums. You're trying to choose between saving one person that you love and 5 people that you don't know, and all sorts. It just shows that everyone's always in survival mode. There's no chance of people having peace or truces, because there's always someone that messes it up for everyone else. It keeps everyone in that war, friction, kind of polarity. A lot of what I see in the entertainment world is all to do with keeping your mind in duality, keeping you divided. It's a common theme, and it makes sense if you're looking to entertain. The tame part of entertain, tame is usually in words like mountain, sustain. It's to do with holding something. Contain, it's a hold. So to entertain, So as soon as you enter this state, you're being held. It's like a trance. And that's what entertainment tries to provide. At least show business entertainment, like wrestling or things you'd see on Amazon and Netflix. So yeah, I've enjoyed a nice bit of time off, and I don't know if I'm going to be posting daily videos. I've got fasting coming up where I'm going to be doing the sunrise to sunset fast for the duration of Ramadan, and the duration of Lent. I'm going to be eating nothing but fruit and herbs, to include bananas and the occasional basil leaf or mint, but nothing, or maybe some ginger to make orange and ginger or pineapple and ginger juice drinks, but not the gonna try and stay away from dried fruits and other fruits that are not so good. Gonna try and stick to the juicy fruits, stay as hydrated as possible. And of course, as Ramadan and Lent overlap this year, it means I'll be dry fasting from sunrise to sunset, and then rehydrating in the evenings, either by eating fruit or drinking fruit juice, smoothies. I feel that that's going to be a nice clean out for the end of the year, coming up to March the 22nd. And then my birthday, March 25th. For the past few years, I've actually been fasting all day on my birthday, so it's quite interesting when you look at how your life goes. You imagine yourself 10 years ago. Someone asked that question, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? Never would have guessed. Also, yeah, there's been a lot of works being done at my partner's place. And I've needed to be there to help move things, shift things about, and get us both out to a place that has a public toilet that we can use. Like, on top of loads of things, just physically looking like it was pointing towards having a break. I also felt the shift in mood. I usually feel like I don't have much um, patience when I'm not doing something. I feel itchy and I feel like I need to be working on something. And I felt that a few times, that I was neglecting duty by not producing videos. But after calming a little bit more and having some time to myself to allow my thoughts to settle, I realize things are going how they need to go, at the speed they need to go at. And it's best not to force something just because you feel that that's how things should be. Sometimes the act of not acting upon something is the best. The answer should become clearer eventually. So I've been taking that approach, doing my best to just, if in doubt, do now. And, yeah, I'm going to be doing the fasting over the next 30 days. I'm going to see if I can do a little video each day to just keep an update going. Just something small, nothing major like before. And yeah, hopefully get back to enjoying things now that Mars is moving back towards Leo. So I've had a wonderful time. I'm thankful for the time that I've had, the extra time that I've had this year, or the end of this year, to be able to spend with my loved ones, and now I'm looking forward to getting my creative juices flowing again. Start rising out of the survival world and back into the creative land where you can fly. It's like when you play Minecraft, you play the survival realm, and you can die in that one, and there's all sorts of things that you need to focus on, like eating and breathing and sleeping. Then you've got the creative mode where you don't have to focus on any of that, and you can fly, and you can magically manifest whatever you like. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to next. The rise. That's what I always look forward to when it comes to fasting. Feels like just before a fast, I'll always take a little dive, go into doing a few things that, or eating a few things that I wouldn't normally eat because it's coming up to a time of cleansing. It feels like you can get away with it more. So yeah, now that Mars is moving back towards Leo, so look forward to having these creative juices flowing again. Hopefully have some more clarity as to what to put out on the channel. Everything feels so clear and straightforward when you've lost the brain frog. That's an annoying brain frog. When you manage to lose the fog, you know everything that needs to be said. Everything feels like it's fluent and it fits. Without that, there's nothing but doubt, and everything just feels like it's being divided as you say it. Recorded a few videos and deleted them. Don't like the way that they came out. And I've decided that even though posting once a day has helped improve the quality in one way, it's also downgraded quality in another way. And I got to the point where I was getting sick of seeing my own face appear on YouTube, and never felt really encouraged to click on my own videos and watch them. So I'm going to try more to, instead of forcing them out, allow them to spring up organically. Hopefully there'll be a lot more natural videos that way. So I'm going to cut this one here, but it's nice to see you all again. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.